my main and all that stuff. Um, so in that particular circumstance, I think that the Banelings wouldn't have done a dramatic impact. But let's generalize this a little bit more. A lot of times, in fact, almost every time, you can say, wouldn't, in this situation, wouldn't Unit X make things a little bit better? And in theory, yeah, sure. I mean, that definitely can help. I mean, for instance, what's a good StarCraft 2 example? I can think of a million and one Brood War examples. They'll say something like, okay, you opened up with Stalker Zealot, and you got a handful of sentries, but you have mainly gateways, and you're getting Templar. Wouldn't some Void Rays in that mix been useful because he didn't have any air? Or you opened up you opened up Stalker Phoenix in that game. Wouldn't some Colossi have been helpful in that later stage of the game? And the answer is, if a Colossus existed at that very instant, then it would have been helpful there. But the problem is, the idea of distributing resources is such a huge, gigantic deal that you need to be careful with getting too much of everything. A lot of times, what you're really trying to do is trying to cut out everything. What I would probably say is, wow, that Roach Baneling strategy is working. Do you think you could maybe just cut the Banelings altogether? That sort of thing, I think, is almost always the better thought process to go after. Because again, this real-time strategy game, you heard me saying earlier on, look as far back as you can to where that first mistake happened. You can even generalize and say, think way back to where that first decision happened and say, did I even really need to do that? I'm getting, barracks and a starport and a factory and making units out of each of them. Did I even need to make the factory? Could I have just made more barracks and just stuck to infantry? Maybe that would have really worked out fantastically. So honestly, I'm almost always a fan of trimming, keeping it lean, nice lean builds, trimming the fat away. Again, part of the reason why I was all like, oh, he's getting a +1 upgrade, which upgrades the 3 units he's going to be making this game. Very, very lean decision making. So I will be taking one more question. Just one more question. I'll take this question by variance. It says, would strong infestor play do well against this, since you can use fungal growth and get constant damage on several units at once? And I'll also add to that, if you're focus firing a unit, you're basically saying, transfuse me, because everything else is green and that one unit's going into red. But with the fungal growth, everything's just a little bit orange. So you're doing a touch of damage to all things. So it's a little more ambiguous what you want to be transfusing. So I would actually say it's better for him to get fungal growth on me, because his army straight up is just going to be stronger. I think increasingly more as I've played around with this, the Ling Mutaing player is doing more of Mutalisk Spinecrawler plus harassment and running around and trying to pick off creep tumors and getting in his main and picking off drones, because queens are pretty slow even with creep. So I might get the infestor. I kind of need to play around with that. I think that the key is just to expand a lot and get a ton of spine crawlers, because they're just so good against Le Hydras and Le Roaches. Yeah, that's my general thing. But definitely variance of second question about the general immobility. I think that that's really what it's going to be coming down to, is mobile versus immobile, as opposed to these units versus these units, because really, not too much the queens can really do about running around and killing stuff. So, wow. Damn it, I've been going for so long. It's an hour and 10 minutes. Thank God I didn't accidentally do another 2-hour daily, man. I would have been exhausted. And I just want to let everyone know I just bought some chicken. So I'm going to be eating that chicken after this. Once again, me against my brother Tasteless. It's going to be up on Sunday. You can check the thread about Team Liquid on that one. And in addition, you can look for information from Ashley and Husky. So that is that. I am going to eat chicken. Take care, gentlemen. and of course the kind female audience. I recently got some information about my demographic: 2% female. Thanks to both of you. So take care and see you.